Hello gamers, it is time for another episode of Let's Play the Repopulation.
Hello gamers, I am Tigwyk, this is the Repopulation, and as you can see, today we have no overlay on, nothing around me here, there's no box, there's no nothing. We're just trying it just to see what it's like, and you can comment on that later on, perhaps, once you've watched the video, and let me know whether you prefer to actually have a bit of overlay, or if it's nice and more spacious and clean, and now you get to see all this space up here that I guess normally is taken over by the overlay. So I was gonna do kind of a long play today because I don't really have a lot of other stuff to show you right now. I've got a few ideas, but I'm working on them and they take time. So I kind of just wanted to do some generated missions, go through, you know, just whatever drives me to do stuff, and I'll prefix this by saying that my nation isn't very active right now, just because of state of affairs and all that. So there's probably not going to be a lot of interpersonal interaction or player interaction in this. I mean, if I run into people and I'm, talking to them, that's great, but I can't guarantee there's going to be a lot of that for this long play, just because there's really only so many people playing this the game in the alpha right now, especially on the West Coast server here. Excuse me. And we're not always going to cross paths, so I won't always be able to show you player trading or other stuff like that. But it does exist. You are able to trade with people, and you're able to send mail to each other and talk to each other and see each other and do raids and all that stuff. There's one raid style dungeon so far that Feldrune that we've played around in and had our butts handed to us quite well. That was painful, but it was really cool. And so, I mean, there is that kind of content, but you need to find people to do it, and right now that's just difficult on these very lightweight population-wise servers, right? So so here I am. I'm over, where am I? Fall Midlands. So I am near Set Falls. So I zoom out my mini-map. I don't know if you can see the mini-map very well here, but I'm zooming out my mini-map. Below me here actually is Set Falls. This is like the drop-off down here that goes down to Set Falls. If I bring up the real map, you can probably see that better. Yeah, so there's Set Falls, and that's us right there. So I take this trail. You've probably done this a million times, depending on who's watching this. Hello. But you just come out of the north exit of Set Falls there, and you just take the path all the way up here, and then you hang a left at the fork in the road, and left all the way down until you hit the patch of calibrite and iron that's here. And this is one of my favorite hangouts for calibrite and iron, because it's very easy to get to, it's relatively safe, and I'm not looking for A-grade calibrate or iron right now, so it's not a big deal. The stuff I get here is, C-grade, I guess, for the most part, and that's fine. The reason I'm even here is because I'm collecting a bit of calibrite for this calibrite needed mission that I've got, this generated mission over here, deliver the calibrite to J.D. Scott in Freedom Town. And I think I actually have a bunch of calibrite on me. There's my killer inventory, somewhere in here. Oh, there we go, calibrite ore. I have a ton of it. So yeah, we can head back. I will use my teleport Freedom Town here, and we'll go back to Freedom Town and turn in. Oh, I'm gonna turn down my volume there, or else you're gonna hear the game. And we will go check out this mission turn in. I like the way that things are going with these more recent patches. I like the resource, the change, the UI change to the resource, and the kind of the function change, and fact that it's now got a max based on your skill and everything else, whereas before it basically was you can always max it at B9, but whether you could actually get to B9 was kind of the thing that would determine the skill checks and stuff, right? So the stop, the sort of the challenge of the previous system was whether you could actually, whether your skills would let you do B9. But now, the challenge is the fact that even if you're amazing at one aspect of this, for instance, say the mining aspect of mining, but you don't have a very high skill in the particular mineral that you're mining, then suddenly you're still not as cool as you think you are, and you can't actually max it out at B9. You might, have to max it out at B1 or something, simply because you don't have the combination of knowledge and skill that you need to actually max out at B9 or higher. I think it now might go into the A's, right? So I feel now like it's much more based on the time put in, because it's supposed to take a very long time to grandmaster these abilities, these skills. Sorry. If I bring up my my list here. You know, I mean, these are supposed to take a very long time to master, because that's why the numbers get so big, right? I mean, if I look at my mining on Tigwyk here, because that's my best example for myself, it's like I have 4,428 skill points in mining. That took me a really long time so far, you know, months, since Christmas time, whatever, when, maybe February, whenever I first got into this game. It's taken me months, and that's been me diligently going out and mining and mining and mining and mining and watching a movie and mining and alt-tabbing between this and Hearthstone and mining, and it's just been, you know, it's been grueling sometimes. It's been rewarding. I've got a lot of awesome minerals out of it, and I got stockpiled a bunch of gold when the whole, there was that incident where gold wires were not able to be produced. It was like the gold ingot didn't, like, there was a patch where the gold ingot had a type set on it that wouldn't allow it, it was something, I think it was still decorative metal, wouldn't allow it to be used with the metal or the gold wires crafting recipe. And all of a sudden there was a gold wire shortage, so staff were putting gold wires on the market for the players to buy at a reasonable rate, so that we actually had something to work with. And and then the next patch, so I had been getting a ton of gold during that patch, because I had no use for spending the gold. I couldn't turn it into anything useful for the most part, so I simply sat on it, on like several thousand units of gold. And eventually when the next patch hit, I was able to produce a ton of gold wires and sell those off and make, you know, mad money, and sell off a ton of gold, like even just raw gold product, to a lot of people for decent money. So that was pretty awesome. But that's a whole other story. Good times. I've put a lot of effort into getting my mining skill to where it is, right? The 4,428 points there are nothing to sneeze at. And some people are going to go, yeah, well, I've already, like, grandmastered mine. It's like, well, that's fine, but you probably have been playing a lot more than I have consecutive hours. Whereas I work a day job, and I do try to spend a lot of my weekends playing, but it's not always feasible, right? So that's supposed to mean something now, whereas before, the people that could max it immediately were always able to do everything with their mining, or if they had max whatever else grandmastered. The system when it came to the harvesting, so mining, foraging, and water gathering and logging, I guess, you were always able to max out your return on that B9 grade, you know, whatever it is you're getting every time, by just making sure that you've got a decent amount in your skill here. So I was having no problem for the most part getting B9 in just about everything I mine now, and that's only with 4,428. I mean, yeah, I put a lot of time into that, but still, I mean, I haven't put nearly as much time as the guys who put, you know, the 6,000 or the 10,000 points or something into it, by just, you know, they've been on day and night playing. Those people, I mean, what benefit do you have if you can already max it at B9 when you have 4,428 points versus, you know, 6,000 or 10,000, right? So now it's much more in line with reality, right? With this many points, I still don't actually get very good grade materials, depending on where I'm mining them and how much my knowledge is in the mineral or whatever I'm doing, right? So it's much more, there's much more incentive now to skill up and actually put points into that now, and actually, like, really try harder to get to grandmaster it. Because once I grandmaster it, then I can start working on grandmastering the actual, you know, knowledges too. Such as, like, you know, calibrate, as we saw. I still need to skill up my calibrate, right? I think the knowledge is over here. We can look at deposits of minerals and stuff. So where's calibrate? Like, I'm talented with calibrate. You know, I've got 1,026 points. That's pretty good, right? But 10,000 is the maximum on this one here, and damn, it's gonna be a while. Now, I mean, alluvium is probably my best. I think it is my best, because I have spent way more time putting effort into mining alluvium. You know, I was talking about the gold thing. That I did a lot of mining of alluvium, so the precious metals, the decorative metals, and it shows here. But that's still nothing compared to some people who've put in, you know, 3 times as many hours as I have, and, you know, got it up to 10,000. And even at the level that I have it at, we're still able to I was still able to get B9 materials. So what's the incentive for them to get it up to 10,000? They grinded it up there thinking that they're gonna, be some master, and really, I'm on par with them with a quarter of the time put in. So again, this change really feels much more natural, realistic. There's a lot of people that are put out by this change because it reduces them to peons again. I'm not amazing anymore. I can't just get immediate materials and just give it off to people and make bank. I actually have to go out and find places where they spawn at a high rate or a high grade, somewhere far away where it's dangerous. And I have to have a lot of knowledge points. I have to have actually spent a lot of time working with that material, as it were, to get the higher grade out of it, right? So there's going to be more effort put in, but it means that the people that actually put the effort in are going to get rewarded for that effort, right? Instead of just the rest of us being able to do everything the same as those same people, which is kind of a blow to them. I mean, it would knock your motivation down for sure, right? Why would you keep playing if Joe Blow over there, who's spent a quarter of the time playing, can do things just as easily as you can now, even though you've spent 3 times as much, or 4 times as much in this case, a quarter, haha. Anyway. We're here in Freedom Town, and I am supposed to turn in this calibrate to this fellow JD Scott. Now, if I can zoom in and figure out where that is, maybe I'll look at my map. Does it show up on my map? Where's my map? Okay, come on, Freedom Town map. Oh, we're getting that huge lag spike. There we go. Okay. Is it up there? Dr. Klein, JD Scott. Where is JD Scott? Mr. Scott. Mr. JD Scott, robotics specialist. Why are we hovering over these randoms? Medic, private, somebody, something, somebody. Oh, come on. What am I looking for? Okay, well, then we'll go this way. And perhaps he's closer to the, maybe he's near the Lost and Found area. Or there's the armor and rifles vendors over here, I think. Yeah, further over. I guess I could hop in my vehicle, but I find it more fun to kind of run around the city. You get to see the scenery. If you're riding your bike, you go past stuff so fast, so you don't enjoy what's around you, right? Let's see what's up there. Tina Scott, JD Scott, perfect. Okay, I guess that's the new quest marker. As you can see, the map, the icons have been changing, and there's forum posts where people are like polling each other on, oh, how do you think? Do you want to change them? Like, I mean, I think it's cute when people are so like they make a whole poll about like, oh, I'm gonna rage about the look, so I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows it and they can all vote on it. That doesn't mean anything, but the devs can at least know that we feel that way, which is fair, but. Sometimes when the devs have something in mind, they spend a lot of time and effort to get to where it is. It's not always going to change. And I'm not saying this won't. I'm just saying there's some examples out there where people have been bitching about stuff that's really like the center point of the game, and they expect it to suddenly change by launch when this is like the focus. You're like, please get with the program. This game is this game for a reason. And anyway, I'm getting off topic, and I'd rather not bring down the mood. So here I'm in front of Mr. JD Scott. He's got his active quest, deliver the calibrate to JD Scott in Freedom Town. I'm going to totally do that because I want to get in on this. And what do I get? I get a bunch of money, 3,900 credits, poor quality SI points, Girth Knight, copper wires, and advanced pharmaceuticals, and a battery cell. I can't fit advanced pharmaceuticals in my bag because I have too much crap. But what can I... Oh, apparently it's in the overflow. I don't really want that. Well, I mean, I want to sell it. I don't want to use it because I don't do that. What can I quickly do about this? I don't really care about Lasso DNA samples. Destroy. There we go. Problem solved. Okay. Well, that was fun. Oh, I have mail. Oh, yeah. Ore must flow, black diamonds. Wonder what that's about. Okay, let's check that out. Black diamonds. This is my mail, by the way, in case this is your first time seeing any of this. Let's see here. Greetings, Tigwyk. Construction of Freedom Town is a ceaseless effort, and metal is in high demand. With anthracite, our metals are of higher quality than without it, so we're always on the lookout for more. The need is so great that you're not the only one getting this message. Bring back 10 units and credits will be paid your way. Nope. Everybody wants my anthracite, and nobody gets my anthracite. Anthracite is so frustrating to get because of the low quantities that all of these missions are not worth it at all. I don't know how many times I have to say that. The anthracite collection missions are not worth it at all. Acetic acid for armorsmith. I'm not really much of an acetic acid person, so I'm going to decline that one. There's no real disadvantage to declining these, luckily, for the most part. Like, the only ones, and I think I've said this before, the only ones that you have to be careful about declining are the epic missions, and I think it affects your reputation somehow. But I've yet to see an epic mission, so I'm always getting these crafting missions, and yes, I decline them all the time. Because you get more. So it's, you know, you can only have, I think, 10 active at a time, and then you stop receiving them for a while, until you clear at least one, and then you get them again. So, let's see. I was hoping to get some better options there. I guess if we go out of the town, if we get out of here, and go perhaps find these geel flowers that I want to collect for this water supply poison mission, which I think is also here in Freedom Town. So what you're not seeing me do over here is using repopdb.com, and so it's repopdb.com, and they have a map like the Google Maps thing, right? And you can see the game's in-game map with the Google Maps overlay. It's great, and I'm using it right now to find out where geel flower is. So actually, we can find some here in Freedom Town. Well, just outside the doors of Freedom Town. I figure we can hop on my bike and just kind of turn around and head out there, because we should be able to go out the back exit from the workshop over to where the Sarnium is. I think I know where that is. I guess we can just keep our scanner perked over here. You should see it show up as orange. I think orange dots are still harvestable things. If I go over here. Okay, so what's this? This is the Sarnium. So it must be around here that the geel flowers are also, since the Sarnium deposit's here. Huh. Maybe the geel is out front, because the Sarnium is here, and I don't think I've ever actually seen geel flowers out here, but it makes me wonder if the geel flowers are out the other exit, just before you go down the path to, like, the shed. And I lost my bike somehow. Wow, that was okay. I honestly don't know what happened to my motorcycle, or my jet cycle thingy. Interesting. Just flew off without me. Oh, that's fine. I guess I can just get it back, right? Click the old button and voila. Okay, weird. Hey, stop knocking me off. What's going on? Quit that. Thank you. Sheesh. Just trying to ride my bike, man. So we'll take we'll hang a right around the crafting area, that workshop, and then left, and then oh god. That was interesting. So perhaps we will find geel. Oh wow, right out here somewhere. What is going on? Okay, let's get off that thing. I feel like I must be lagging or something, because I'm getting the feeling that the game doesn't like me right now. Let's see. Oh, there's a person down there. Hello, person. Do you have geel flowers? Do you know where the geel flowers live? Here, geel flowers. Here, geel flowers. Okay, well, I guess I can talk to this lady. So I will talk to her. Hello? Hey, I'm trying to get to the shacks. Do you think you could take me? I don't think I can make it on my own. I don't really want to go to the shacks. I'm sorry, I'm not heading that way. Phew! Got myself out of that burden, huh? I'm a terrible person. I mean, if she was a real person, maybe I'd actually help her, but she's gonna get in the way of me trying to, like, find my damn geel flower. Napieri wood. No, that's cool, but I want some geel flowers for this mission. I really just want to turn in this mission, get it off my plate, get some new missions. Oh, we have new missions here. No. These are, what? Wow, no. I really don't want to do any of these, and I don't want to give up my anthracite, people. Maybe over here. What's this? Kochia, no, not kochia plants. I don't want, We have an abundance of setlang. I mean, that's great, but they don't have geel flowers on them. And perhaps I should change this to the right. There we go. Nope. No, wait. Is it 6, 7, 7? Huh. Pays to know what your hotbar is, eh? Phew. Okay. Let's see. Get my bearings. Let's. I don't know how far off. Oh, this is considered outside Freedom Town, though. So the geel flowers have to be. Oh, maybe they're. Maybe I'm in the wrong place entirely. You'd think that the only unfortunate thing that I can find about the map is like the RepopDB version. Is that it doesn't tell you exactly where stuff is because it can't. Like it doesn't know. You know, people can the devs can move the spawns, and they sometimes are kind of a little bit random within the area. So it shows you the cell, like the well, I don't know how to describe it, but the square that it's in. But that square can be, you know, it feels like a few kilometers wide by a few kilometers long. So sometimes, you know, you're running around the place trying to figure out where exactly the spawn is of the material you need, and that's what I'm doing here, and it feels kind of silly. I'm not really sure where I'm going, but I think I guess I'll go back through the city. Perhaps trying to think places because I don't explore that lower left corner down here of Freedom Town. Wow, my bike is just terrible today. What is going on? Are we having problems streaming content here, Mr. US West server? If we go up behind it again, behind Freedom Town here, and get stuck in all of the rocks on the cliffs there, just like I planned. Yes, totally planned. And we hang a left around the workshop, and we go out behind here. So the place I don't normally go is back here. I don't normally hang out here, but perhaps this is where the geel flowers roam. Oh, yeah, more likely this is where it is. Are these geel? These must be. One of these is geel. Okay, I think I have to deal with the wildlife. There's a lot of wildlife to deal with. There appear to be all sorts of monsters. Holy crap. I'm surrounded. I'm so very surrounded. What is going on? Oh boy. Oh god. Wow. I'm actually impressed. This is going horribly. This is not going to end well. Nope. Wow. Wow, that happened. Wow. I'm a little bit shocked. I haven't actually legitimately died like that in a long time on this character because of the armor fittings that I have, which I don't know if you can see in the chat window there, have mostly all broken by this point because of how long it's been since I got them and how often I've used them. It's my problem. And so that made me actually vulnerable, and my character hasn't been that vulnerable for a very long time, so that whole concept to me was just almost alien. I hadn't felt that way in a while. And I can only clone back in the shacks, even though technically I'm still a Freedom Townite. I don't know what you want to call me, a Freedom Townie. But yeah, I mean, I guess we can wrap that up. I mean, that's just sort of a short long play of me just kind of roaming around. It's this patch 15.5.1, I think, where You know, I mean, this is where things are right now. You saw some harvesting, you saw some mission generation, you saw some combat, and some really rough combat, actually. And some scenery, and hopefully gives you another taste of the game, and it'll drive you to play more if you are not already, and perhaps you'll check it out. It's on Steam, as per usual. And yeah, so I'm Tigwyk. If you enjoyed the video, please do hit the thumbs up below, or leave a comment, or even subscribe. If you subscribe, you get the notifications when my new video content comes out. And I hope to see you in the next video.